I'm here today to share my story of my dad and I's restoration. This process, it was a short process but a long process. It started back in March, I believe, of 2022. A friend of mine came to me and she just started talking and praying for me, and some things came out of, forgiveness. That was the main thing that I had to deal with in my journey. So I'm here to give my testimony. So I started forgiving my father for some things that had transpired throughout the years. So to go back to when I was small, I was the youngest girl. And I always felt like I was different. I never felt in. I felt, unordinary, like the black sheep per se. And my dad was a great provider. We lacked nothing. We never went a year without going on a vacation. We always went out. I got an allowance, and a great provider, It's just I never felt like we had a connection where we could actually talk about things. I'm gonna say it like that. And so the years went by, and I lost my mom in 2013, and that was very devastating for me because it happened unexpectedly. And I had just gotten engaged, and we were supposed to go try on dresses. She was supposed to be there that May, and she was gone that June. So a lot of things happened with that. I found out a lot of things, and I was trying to deal with it, trying to take it all in and actually process that my mother was gone and she wasn't coming back. And during that time, I'm just gonna be honest, I was upset with my dad at that point. I had unforgiveness in my heart for him, and I just left it alone. I went on, got married, and just went on with my life. And I mean, we still talked and had a relationship, but it can only go but so far when you're holding in deep down inside unforgiveness for a person, or per se you're blaming a person. So you can talk to a person and still dislike their ways, or dislike things that have been done, or you think that have been done. So after that, it's a lot. Okay, after that, of me accepting the fact that I was holding in some unforgiveness, I gave myself back to Christ fully, and I was committed. But I still didn't have a church. So I was living for Christ again, but I hadn't found a church for me and my family yet in Georgia. Because between that time, I moved from my hometown and resided in Georgia. So we were here since 2015 with no church. And I grew up in church. And so I always knew God. He never left my heart. Religion drew me back from church, to be honest. So I had an awesome friend. She never stopped. She always kept, Jessica, let's go to church. Jessica, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm so grateful for her that she never gave up on me. And after I forgave everyone, a couple months later, in September, she invited me to the church. And to be honest, she didn't think I was even going to go. But it was surprising. My husband and my kids, they were excited. So we actually ended up joining the church, and we loved the church. And from then on, I was invited to a group called Freedom, went through freedom. It took me back to all the things that was embedded in me that I didn't even know, and it came to the surface so I can handle those things. And I also joined a ministry of prayer and fasting. It's monthly fasting, and everyone joins in, and we pray and we fast on certain days. And during these days, the Lord was just revealing to me things that I didn't even know that I needed to take care of. And so again, my father came up. So this was back in March of this year. And the Lord was telling me, you need to forgive your dad and also ask him of forgiveness as well. Not only just to forgive, you have to ask him of forgiveness. So I pondered on it, and I'm like, Lord, okay. And he gave me a deadline. So I had to do it before I was leaving to go to a conference, a level up conference with Prophetess Jackie Fleming. So before we left that week, I made it my priority, because I said I was no longer going to be disobedient, no longer, because delay is also disobedience. If the Lord tells you to do something, you have to do it immediately so he can continue to work things out. Because when you delay, it's just like being disobedient. So I was like, Lord, okay, I'm going to do it. So I did it, and unexpectedly, he took it and he forgave me, and he also accepted my apology, and that was heartwarming. That was the start. So we went on, and throughout the trip, after we got back from the trip, my apostle and my friend, Prophetess, was, just speaking the word of the Lord to me. And I'm so grateful for them as well, because when the Lord leads and put a prophet and apostle in your life, you honor that, because that's going to get you to where the Lord wants you to go. And he's going to do it in no time, as long as you obey. So as we were praying, it was revealed to me that I was supposed to make my dad his favorite dessert and hand deliver it to him. And I'm like, Lord, what? A dessert? I said, my dad don't eat sweets. I did not know what kind of dessert I was going to make him. But time went on. I studied doing my prayer fasting every month, and just seeking God. I'm like, Lord, you have to show me. You have to tell me. I want it to be kairos. I want it to be the right time, the right dessert, the right timing of taking it, and everything. I just wanted everything to align up with you, Lord. Like, you are ordering my steps, and I'm going to follow you completely. Like, I'm following you, Lord. So one night in May, I woke up, and the first thing I heard the Lord tell me, coconut pie. Your mom's recipe of a coconut pie. That is the dessert. That is the key. So I said, okay, Lord. So I immediately found the recipe, got the recipe, looked at it, made sure I had all the ingredients. And my deadline to get him this pie was before June the 1st. So he told me of the pie maybe a week before it was time for me to make it and take it. So there's no timing. God comes in perfect timing. He's not going to come when you want him to come, but he came with that answer in perfect timing of me to do what I had to do before the deadline that he gave me. So I did the pie. I did the pie, and I prayed over this pie. I asked the Lord, let your will be done with this pie, that whatever this is, that he will feel the love in this pie that he needed to feel. So I went, I did the pie, and the Lord was telling me, oh, you shouldn't go on this day, which was a Saturday. I was thinking I was going to go on a Saturday. But the Lord said, no, Sunday. So I got up. I did what the Lord told me to do, even concerning my videos that I'm supposed to do every Sunday. I got up in time. I did that first, got the kids ready. I packaged the pie up real nicely, put a favorite color bow on it. I wrote out a card, asked Holy Spirit to give me the right words to say, and he did. And we took a 4-hour drive and went to surprise him. I didn't tell him I was coming. So I knew it was all God. And this is but God. All of this is but God. And so I got to take him the pie, and we just started talking, and our conversation was like it has never been before. I've never had a conversation with my father that was intimate, like, you know, like heartfelt, heart to heart. It's the first time, and I'm over 30 years old, so it was very heartwarming to see that he accepted me, even with all my flaws, even with everything that I may have done in the past. It's like he forgave me, and he saw me as his little daughter again, you know. And I'm just grateful to God that I obeyed. I'm grateful to God that I obeyed to even pray for him. Asked him, did he wanted prayer? Of course, who doesn't want prayer? So, we prayed, and it was emotional to even see him get emotional, that I could pray a prayer so powerful with all the might of God, that he felt it enough to even tear up, you know. And it just felt good for him to say, wow, you must be going into ministry. I was like, I don't know, wherever the Lord leads me, I'm going. And a lot of things came out and transpired, things that I never even thought that could even happen. Being that, you know, I always felt like I was the black sheep, an ordinary one, the one that everyone looked over. But at the end of the day, he saw different in me. He felt the love. He felt the trust. He felt that I had the heart of gold, like my mother. And it was just amazing to me that just because I obeyed God, it opened doors for me, like actual doors. And it changed my life. It's changing my life. It has changed my life. And I'm just overwhelmed. I left. I got up the street, and my husband called me, and he was like, you know, you made your father's day. You made his day. He said that you drove 4 hours away to bring him his favorite dessert. And he was wondering, how did she know what is my favorite dessert? He said, how did she know that was my favorite dessert? That was but God, because I didn't know his favorite dessert, but I obeyed the instructions. I obeyed the instructions that was given to me. And because I obeyed the instructions that was given to me, he made sure that I knew that favorite dessert. He gave me the favorite dessert. He gave it to me. And everything was perfect timing. And um, and um, sorry about that, you guys. um, but I just want to encourage others and give others the hope that they can reconcile with their fathers, their dads, that restoration is possible and that it can happen so fast. It doesn't take long. All this happened um a year in like 2 months. Full restoration. Keys. The key has been the doors have been open for me. Just for obeying. And the biggest thing, forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key. God doesn't hear your prayers unless you forgive others. You can't have unforgiveness on your heart. You can't. So I just pray that everyone that's watching this video, that you are inspired by this and that it will help you to have your testimony of how you was restored back as your father's daughter or little girl. So I just hope and pray, and I just speak peace, and I speak joy, and I speak restoration over all families, over all relationships, whether it's moms, dads, that every relationship will be reconciled, and you will be restored the joy that you have lost throughout the years, and even more to come. Thank you for hearing my story, and I just pray that you all have an awesome day. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in with Jess. Be blessed.